Hi, everyone. Welcome to join this forum, and good afternoon from Hong Kong. Okay, I know that a lot of audience is from different areas. Okay, today I would like to share with you is about the green finance and the relationship with green finance with the sustainability development. Okay, everyone know that the green finance is a really hot topic in the capital market, in the investment environment. And what are the major issues that we need to concern about green finance? And I will also share with you about the development of green finance in Hong Kong, especially because Hong Kong is one of the well-renowned capital market. Okay, green finance itself is a broad term that refers to capital raising and financial investment that flow into the project and product and company that support the development of a more sustainable, low carbon, and also climate resilience economy. Okay, so you can see that. So what are the major content in the green finance? Frankly speaking, we know that it's not just limited to the financing, but it also related to the environment and also can achieve a lot of sustainable objective. You know that, for example, like this, the clean energies, the pollution control, the energy efficiencies, sustainable resources management, and also the waste management as well. So it's cover a lot of areas. And let me see, in some Asian countries, I'll give you some example in this slide, that no matter it's Japan, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, definitely also including China, that we are now to put the green finance initiative into actions. Okay, so let me see about Japan. You can see the government has set up the Clean Energy Fund. And in Indonesia, actually the Financial Regulatory Authorities, OJK, has also developed the roadmap for the sustainable financial in Indonesia. How about Singapore? Okay, Singapore is also one of the major financial centers in the world. They also have a pilot green financing scheme to enable the building owners to receive the bank loans and to the buildings for a green standard. And in Malaysia, they're also to launch the Malaysians ESG Opportunity Trust and the fund to help them to have a reference benchmark for the green financing. Okay, so you can see that a lot of initiatives now in the Asian countries. And how about Hong Kong? Okay, maybe you have the interest to know more about the Hong Kong environment. Hong Kong is also need the green finance and sustainable development. Let me check about this. Okay, you can see that climate changes know no border, and it is a source of multiple risks affecting both the real economy and the entire financial system. So that, for example, in Hong Kong, you can see that Hong Kong is very active in the IPO market. And actually, a lot of companies will raise the funds through the IPO process. But today, connect with them about the climate changes. Is it any impact on the different countries and also even in the world? So that we hope that Hong Kong can use the green finance and to promote the green finance through the capital market. And the climate changes we have just mentioned that is pose challenges for Asia and the potential being more important or more, I think I can say that more important than Western developing countries, because the climate risk is now we need to more attentions. Okay, first of all, in the Asia Pacific, a 2019 report by the Economics Intelligence Unit have forecast that the climate changes will cause the regional economy to contract by 2.6%. And also, according to the Asian Development Bank, the ADB, you can see that the damage from the natural disasters in the Asia Pacific reached an estimated the US 76 billion a year in the past decade. And also, we can expect it estimated by the ADB, and US 1.7 trillions we will lead it for each year until 2030 in Asia on the infrastructures and also maintain the growth and a response to the climate changes. So you can see there's a huge money that we need to invest into to protect the environment and also to face the challenge of the climate changes. So Hong Kong, as one of Asia's major financial hub, you can see that we can play a leading role to mobilize the capital market and also particularly the bond market. We just mentioned the green bond, to fill the huge funding shortfall to financing the transformations to low carbon economies. So that you can see the climate changes is fundamental, changing the way of capital is raised. And then we need to have a transitions from the traditional financing model of creating the new value to the shareholders to a model that can take care of the non-financial factors, just like we mentioned, the environment, the social criteria, and also the good governance as well. So ultimately, we have pursued a sustainable growth. The companies will need to take into account the emissions, the resources, how they use, the waste management, and also how to perform the biodiversity. It is very important in these areas. Okay, so now let's turn to the strategies. Is there any key strategic plans to develop a sustainable green finance ecosystem in Hong Kong? I just mentioned that no matter the Hong Kong government, Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and also a lot of green bodies in Hong Kong now to push the capital market to think about how to develop a real green financing model to help the companies to raise the new capitals. And you can see that now addressing these issues, especially what we have just mentioned about the climate changes and also the environmental risks, is a priority of the government and the regulators, that they need to have an extensive global cross-disciplinary coordinating effect to face this challenge together. Now, I would like to share with you, it is about the Green and Sustainable Finance Cross-Agency Steering Group was already set up in the last year, in the May of 2020, to coordinate all the climate and environmental risk issues in the financial sectors. How to accelerate the growth of green finance and sustainable finance in Hong Kong and support the government on all these issues. So you can see that there are 5 initiatives. The first one, we are examining the policies and regulatory issues. And then we will facilitate the policy directions. We have the right directions to ensure Hong Kong can have a cohesive, comprehensive green and sustainable financial strategies. And then we will address the technical issues about the core sector, the issues, okay? By forming some technical working teams and consulting with the experts from all over the world, and also take care about the concern of the stakeholders as well. And then we're also checking the international and regional trends, okay, issues, and develop the green and sustainable finance. We need to consider how Hong Kong can position, we are in a better positions and provide the leadership on these areas. And we will identify the areas where Hong Kong can promote exchange and also through the leadership on the green and sustainable finance regional and globally. So that you can see that the government, the regulators, and also the stakeholders, now we will put a lot of resources and pointing these directions. We will take the lead how to make sure the green financing can down to earth and also can put to the market on a regulatory and also on a public manner to deal with this, all these issues. Here you can see that the Hong Kong Stock Exchange has also launched its new investment platform. We call this stage the Sustainable and Green Exchange, the stage, so that you can easily to find out more details about this platform on the Hong Kong Exchange website. Actually, it will serve as an online product of ESG focus product across the multiple sectors. And also it's a very important resources hub for the sustainable finance across the region. So that what they want to do, the first one, they want to promote the green finance and sustainability integrations across asset classes and also product types. They will also provide the investor and the asset managers with easy access to the information for the investment due diligence, because you know that due diligence is very difficult to do. And then they will also provide a diverse range of sustainable and green finance news, events, opportunities that we can expect that there were a lot of events. After COVID-19 in Hong Kong, we will organize a lot of different green events to promote these sustainable and green finance ideas. And also they were helping the issuers because, you know, Hong Kong is, I've mentioned, we're one of the major capital market in the world. We have a lot of high quality listed companies. So the listed company issuers, they will increase the visibility and also values of their financial products and meet certain sustainable and green standards across the asset classes. So that you can see, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange has already built up this platform so that no matter you are the stakeholders, you are the issuers, or even you are just a normal investors, you can make use of this platform to identify how you can participate in the green finance industry. Okay, so let me see, what are the positive impact by this green bond market? We have just mentioned about the capital market. We also know that the green bonds is very popular in the commercial world. And for the green bonds, it brings in a lot of good positive impact to the society directly. Because you can see the green finance present a significant opportunities for Hong Kong. Potential benefit will cover in the commercial, reputational, and also environmental. And you can see we have a lot of positive impacts by the green bond market. You will create employment opportunities because now you can see that because of COVID-19, we are experiencing a very high unemployment rate. And we will also attract some new capital and also associate with this new business and derivative products to launch in the Hong Kong market. They will also facilitate the further growth of the Hong Kong investment management industry. Moreover, they will also enhance the Hong Kong reputations. We have just mentioned that we are the leader. We want to take the leading role. So Hong Kong reputations as a leading international financial and offshore renminbi centers will be further strengthened by the healthy green bond market. And we can also attract the entrepreneurs from all over the world to participate in the green industry in Hong Kong. We will have a lot of green projects so that you can see that the green bond market can bring a lot of benefit to the society as a whole. Okay, so what about the prospect? After we have discussed so many green bond markets, green finance, how about the government and stock exchange, how they deal with this? What about the prospect? Ultimately, we can see that the green finance will grow, but it needs the right ecosystem so that we put back the focus on the ecosystem. Do we have a good ecosystem to attract all the people to come to here? So the Hong Kong, the biggest opportunities and challenges is to be a leader. It's not easy, okay? But not just regional, but we want to be a global leader so that we need to have a right ecosystem in the core value of the green finance. So when we want to build an ecosystem, we need everyone to help, not just the government, not just the regulators. We need all the stakeholders, all the investors come together to build this ecosystem. So let me see. China has played a key player, is a key player. Everybody know that because China's government has already mentioned that they will put a lot of resources in the green finance so that China as a key player in the green finance initiative. So as Hong Kong is so close to mainland China, a well-established bond issuance infrastructures and a deep pool of liquidity mean that Hong Kong can position a go-to-green and sustainable financial market. We already have very good infrastructures in Hong Kong. And now we have a right directions, can build up this right ecosystem, can help support the China green finance blueprint. We have three different ideas. The first one is we can leveraging the city's traditional role as a trade capital talent, both to and from the mainland China. We can also add a catalyst to harmonize the green standard across China and Europe. Because now you know, China and Europe has already mentioned that they will have very comprehensive green standard put into market, so that Hong Kong can act as a catalyst, okay? And we are also meeting the mainland China largest company for the green financing and matching with the growing international supply of green finance. Because, you know, in China, we have a lot of state-owned enterprise. They are very big and they lead the green financing. They are also a Fortune 500 companies, so that we can attain these ideas to help them to go into this market, the green finance market. So that's why I say Hong Kong and China play a very important role on the ecosystem, and also the prospect is very good. And finally, I would like to share with you is about the Green Finance Initiative and the timetable or even the progress about in Hong Kong. We can see that now everywhere in Hong Kong talking about the green finance. Everybody, all the listed companies now very concerned about their performance in the environmental social governance. They're concerned about their carbon emissions. And we are talking about how we can trade the carbon emissions. And we also see that even the investor is very concerned about when they invest in the shares, whether this company have a good ESG performance. As I mentioned that the MSCI has already have a standard how to weighting the listed company on the ESG performance, so that sooner or later we can expect that Hong Kong will build up this ecosystem and more investors will come to Hong Kong to identify the right company to invest. And the green finance, Hong Kong can be the leaders and take the initiative and helping the regional, even the global company to go into the green finance initiative and the green finance market. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.